Information sheet. You are invited to take part in this research exploring mental health within the Gypsy, Roma and Traveller communities. Before you decide to take part, you need to understand what is being asked of you. Please take time to read the following information carefully. Take time to decide whether or not you wish to take part in the study. What is the purpose of the study? The study is looking at what impacts Gypsy, Roma and Traveller mental health, what can be done to improve it, and how health services can best help the community in the future. What will happen to me if I take part? The information sheet will be provided to you electronically. This is the information sheet. Please take care to read it and ask any questions. You will need to provide your contact details for your preferred method of contact: Skype, WhatsApp, Facebook or phone. You will decide a date and time with the researcher for them to call you. The call will then take place. Please try to be somewhere quiet where you will not be disturbed if possible. The researcher will start by checking if you have any questions about this information sheet. They will then ask if you agree to take part. The call will be recorded but will not be stored using your name. After you agree to take part, the researcher will ask your name, gender and ethnicity. The researcher will then ask you some questions about mental health from the view of a Gypsy, Roma or Traveller person. When the researcher calls you, it is called an interview. This just means that the researcher has some questions that they would like you to answer. You do not have to answer all of them if you do not want to. Within 14 days of the call, the researcher will send you the notes from the call. These will be a word-for-word record of what was said by both yourself and the researcher during the call. This is called the transcript. You can then check these and check if there are any errors. Any names or places will have been removed from the notes. After you have been sent the notes, you will have a further 14 days to make any amendments or to withdraw from the study. If, after the 14 days, you do not contact the researcher, the sound recording from your session will be destroyed and your notes with all details removed will be stored with everyone else's. After notes have been collected from around 5 people, they will be looked at as a group to see if there is anything that several people have talked about. This will then form the report. If you would like to see the finished report, please feel free to request this. Why have I been invited? You've been asked to take part as you have identified yourself as being a Gypsy, Roma or Traveller person. To take part, you must be over 18 years of age and not identify yourself as a vulnerable person. You must currently be located in the UK or the Republic of Ireland. Do I have to take part? It is up to you to decide whether to take part. You will be asked to consent verbally at the start of the interview to show that you agree to take part. You may withdraw from the study without giving a reason why. Expenses and payments. You will not receive payment or money towards expenses for taking part in this study. What are the possible disadvantages and risks of taking part? This study may make you have some feelings of discomfort in regard to your own mental health or when thinking of your attitudes towards mental health or attitudes towards Gypsy, Roma and Traveller communities. Although I cannot provide counselling as part of this study, information on further support services will be available upon completion of the study. What are the possible benefits of taking part? The study will not likely benefit you personally. However, the information provided will enable the researchers to understand the experiences of Gypsy, Roma and Traveller people and to look at ways services can be tailored to meet their needs. What if there is a problem? If at any time during or after your participation in this study you have any concerns or complaints, then you may contact the researcher's academic supervisor, Dr. Philip Tyson, philip.tyson@southwales.ac.uk. If you remain unhappy and wish to complain formally, you can do this through the University of South Wales Research Governance Officer, Mr. Jonathan Sinfield, who can be contacted on 01443 484 518 or email in jonathan.sinfield@southwales.ac.uk. Will my taking part in the study be kept confidential? Yes. All of the information obtained from the research will be strictly anonymous, and it will not be possible to identify individual contributors. Participation is voluntary and anonymous. All study information will be kept confidential in accordance with the Data Protection Act 1998. You will not be required to provide your name. Audio recordings will be deleted 14 days after the interview notes have been sent to you. The only time confidentiality will be broken is if the researcher has a legal obligation to do so. For example, if you talk about a specific crime or disclose that you plan to harm yourself or someone else. If confidentiality needs to be broken, the researcher will make you aware. What will happen if I don't carry on with the study? You can cease to carry on with the study at any point up to 14 days after the interview notes have been sent to you, and nothing will happen. After this, it will not be possible to remove your data at a later date, as there will be nothing to identify you personally on the information we keep. For example, we will not take a note of your name. What will happen to the results of the research study? The results of the study will be later written into an academic report, which will discuss the key aims of the research, how the information was collected, and any findings of the study. The research findings may be published in an academic journal. After participating, you may be interested to know the results of this study. If this is the case, you will be able to contact the lead researcher or supervisor to find out the general findings of the study. Who is organising or sponsoring the research? There is no organisation or sponsor for the research. The research is being completed as part of an MSc in clinical psychology undertaken at the University of South Wales.